Hello everyone! Welcome to a new Dominions 5 series for Early Age Ermor, which is one of my favorite factions in the Dominions game. So this is going to actually be a continuation of a story series that I did for Dominions 4 called the Ermor Saga. If you do not care about the story or lore or anything like that, you just want to get to the game, I'll leave a time code in the description, or not the description, but in the comments below. It should be the top comment to kind of skip this initial part and get to the actual game. So, if you actually want to hear what the lore is, in Dominions 4, again, I had a series of 3 games called the Ermor Saga, which followed a family of nobles in Ermor called the Ermors. Go figure. And then it started out as Early Age Ermor, and the plan was, if we won that game, we would continue the Ermor name into the Middle Age under, I think it was Scalaria or Pythia. But if we lost, we would go to Middle Age Ermor, because Ermor descended into darkness to try and gain, new power to rise up as a powerful empire again. So I did lose the first game in the early age. I believe it was a Dominion victory against Uruks, I think. And so because of that, the hero of that story, which is Vrilin Ermor, who actually died during the early age game and was risen up as a Bane Lord, the story goes he took his followers, his liches that he had raised during the campaign of the early age Ermor game, to the Emperor to try and force the Emperor to give his new death cult more power, so that eventually the Middle Age Ermor could rise. And so this is actually going to be a continuation of that story. So in the original Ermor Saga, I did play, like I said, Middle Age Ermor, and so this is going to be the part that kind of bridges the two together. So we're going to be playing Early Age with the Ermor family. Vrilin, who again is now a Bane Lord, has installed kind of a puppet emperor called Various Ermor, is one of his relatives. And so from behind the scenes, Vrilin, and actually his emperor, the true emperor of Ermor, is called Rot Brother, because that was the person who raised Vrilin back from the dead when he died in the early age series, in the early age Ermor game, in the original Ermor Saga. So the true emperor, which we're not going to see in this one, is Rot Brother, and Vrilin are kind of behind the scenes actually guiding Ermor to a darker path that involves the undead. So Various, who is going to be our actual god for this, who's not a god, but an emperor, is going to be the Divine Emperor. He's going to be imprisoned because, as the story goes, Various has been given a task by Vrilin and Rot Brother, which no one else in the Empire knows about because they don't know that they really are behind the scenes. And he is leading a detachment of troops into the ancient Empire of Satis to try and find hidden secrets, and those hidden secrets revolve around death magic. So the way that this is going to be set up is that for the first couple years, because this guy is going to be imprisoned, our equites of the Sacred Shroud, I think is what the troops are called, the Sacred Troops of Ermor, are going to rely on the buffs of superior morale and attack skill. But when the Divine Emperor comes back with the secrets from Satis, that's why we have an Incarnate only, which is a buff that only applies when the god is on the campaign map. And that's going to give us reanimators, because that's going to be part of the secrets that the Divine Emperor Various Ermor has found in the ancient Satis whenever he does come back from his expedition there. So then our sacred troops are going to learn the secret of how to kill somebody, but yet bring their body back from the dead, on the spot, which is what Reanimators does. So that's the story behind that. Besides that, we have a 7 in Dominion, and then we have 2 of the Order, Productivity, and 3 Growth, 1 in Heat, and then I don't usually mess around with luck at all. And as for the Divine Emperor themselves, they are not a combatant. You can see their stats are not amazing. They do have a decent magic resistance though, but their pass, we have 4 Fire, 3 Astral, and 7 Death. And then I guess he also has Fear, which I don't think we're really going to be utilized as much. So yeah, that is the story. So Various Ermor, the Puppet Emperor, is going to be coming back at some point, and that is going to be our leader. And that's the story of the Ermor Saga, and again, this is going to be the continuation. So if everything goes right, we win this game, and then Early Age Ermor will descend into Middle Age Ermor if all goes right. So let's get to the world creation. I'm going to choose this map that I made, the Glory of Ermor. It is a huge map, so don't worry about it. We're going to have a lot of factions, but I'm probably going to be doing a lot of editing in this series, so you won't actually see some crazy turn timers, which kind of happens sometimes when you have a lot of factions in there. So we're going to choose the Glory of Ermor. It is a huge map. Very, very, very big. We'll say this is the Glory of Ermor. And then we're going to go to Early Ages. So here is the setup. There we are as Ermor, the New Faith, and then we have all of these factions in here. I did sprinkle a couple of the Master AI level into this game as well. Kind of spice things up a little bit, I don't know. I may lose, I'm not that great at the game, if I'm going to be honest, so they may be able to kill me, especially if I start next to them, but we'll see. Alright, so going over the Ermor faction, starting off with their leaders, we have a scout, a generic assassin with okay attack and defensive skills that we can utilize, a basic leader with 80 leadership, but even the basic centurion can take squads into formations, which is really good. The upgrade of that is going to be the Legatus Legionis, which is a just better leader with better morale. And then we get into some of our priests. We have a very basic level 1 priest, level 2 priest is actually further on, sorry. I think it's right there. There we go. So Bishop of the Sacred Shroud is our level 2 priest that is also a healer, so that's really great, and they also have recuperation. And then the level 3 priest is the Archbishop, which also has recuperation and healer as well. So what's kind of cool is that since they have healer and recuperation, 1, they're going to heal their own afflictions, and then 2, they can heal afflictions in the army and for other commanders. So it's always a nice trait to have in a faction, and it's really cool. And also the fact that their level 3 priest is great. And then for the casters, we have the basic augur, which is probably going to be our researcher, level 1 fire and astral, also as a fortune teller. And then the upgraded and what it will probably be our mainline battlecaster and communion masters, which we may mess around with a little bit, is going to be the augur elder. And you can see that they are old age, so we're definitely going to want to make sure that they are rolling with one of the priests that have the healer trait. So if they get diseased, then the healer trait can negate that. But they are 2 fire, 1 astral, 2 death, but then they can also get a little bit of air if they're lucky, but besides that, they can just empower the paths that they already know. So that's kind of powerful, because fire has a lot of good evocation spells, death also has some good evocation spells, but, you know, also massive hordes of dead summons and stuff like that, so they're pretty powerful. And then over here, these can be recruited in all non-fort provinces. We have the Flamen, level 1 fire, and is also a priest, so that's kind of neat. Actually, since these are sacred, the initial cost of them are more expensive than the augur, more than double, but since they're sacred, their upkeep is halved. So overall, we may actually save money if we recruit the Flamen for a researcher. And also they can branch down into water, earth, and nature. So that's how we gain access to those of the past 2. I just actually thought about that. I'm like, sacreds are cheaper. Initial cost is more expensive. I don't know, we'll see. We'll probably do that. And then we have the Pontifex, which is going to be level 1 fire wizard and a level 2 priest, and is also going to be sacred. Wait a minute, this guy is cheaper? Oh, I guess maybe this is probably the one we want to recruit then. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's 2 less research, but again, they're going to be cheap and we can just spam a whole hell of a lot of them. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, so that is their commanders. And then for the units, we have a slinger, which I'm probably never really going to use unless maybe we get like flaming arrows buff, which will make these things fire, but even then, I don't know. The ranged units in this game don't seem that great. I think they were nerfed on purpose. Then we have the Exensus, which is going to be one of our basic troops. They have really crappy morale, but they have pretty good defensive skills. Their attack skill is below average, but they're super cheap. And if we can keep them in an army that has a decent morale buff with like our leaders with the +2, and then if we can get like an inspirational on them, then those are going to be pretty good militia. We have a couple unique units here, the gladiators basically. So one comes with a net and then a trident. They are really good, and you can see that they only cost 1 resource, so you can spam these for days, both versions of them, although the flail is a blunt weapon damage. The trade-in, though, is when they fight, after the first battle, here it says right here, they will only fight until they have been wounded or hit someone in battle before leaving. And after that, they're done. They're gone. So they are kind of a very quick and cheap way to raise an army, but one that is not going to be sticking around for too long. But it is kind of a unique thing in this game. They're pretty cool that way. Then we have a basic levy, which is going to have more morale than our militia. They still have okay defensive skills for considering how cheap they are. But they also have pretty low protection because they're only in leather. Then we have an upgraded form of that, which we go into the Rorus, which almost all of their infantry is going to have javelin attacks, which is kind of neat. Although javelins, again, kind of like with the archery skill, seems to be a little nerfed compared to what it used to be in Dominions 4. But that's still fine. But they are a very basic soldier, probably going to be... eventually will be like our mainline cheap soldier, at least in the early game. Then we have the Lizard Auxiliaries. These are going to be cold-blooded lizards that we basically force recruit from, like, Satis, I guess. They're pretty good. They have decent protection, good magic resistance. Their morale is slightly lower, but again, you can kind of counteract that. And then they have pretty good defensive skills, also still pretty cheap, and they come with a javelin. They're pretty good. And then past that, we get into the Hestatus, which is going to be the more skilled units of our army with a higher morale, higher defensive skill, and higher protection, because now they have the Lorica Hamata, which is going to be like the standard looking Roman armor that you're used to. Then past them we have the Principe, which is the elite soldier of the, I guess, of our army. They cost kind of a lot, but they are decently protected. They have a good morale, so it's going to be harder to break them, and they actually have better attack skill, and their defensive skill is 16, which is really good. Even their javelin is more precise because they are an elite soldier. Then we get to the Triarius, which is going to be, I believe, our only formation fighter. Yeah. So formation fighter enables one more creature to get into the square of combat. So it's going to be 4 instead of 3 for the human size. I believe that's what that does. Yeah, fits one more into the square. So that's pretty cool. But they are old age. The thing is, if we can, get some of those healers in the army, we can counteract the disease that these Triarius are going to get over time. So that's pretty cool. But also their attack and defense skill is actually kind of lower because they have old age. Old age actually gives you negative to your stats. But if we need a formation fighter that is able to take a hit because they have some of the best armor with an 18 protection, and since they have a long spear, that's going to give them a higher chance to repel attacks from a lot of different sources. So they could be a really good sturdy frontline warrior even though they are of old age. So we may utilize those. Then we have a standard bearer, which is basically, I think, a Roraris in terms of like morale and everything, but they have a standard. So if we embed these into a squad, they actually generate a +1 to morale for that squad, which is awesome. It's a really cool unit. There are some armies that have units like this, and Early Age Ermor is one of them. Then we get to the Heavy Cav. The Equite is a pretty solid Heavy Cav of the early age. 13 protection is not that great, but it's still got pretty good defensive skills. They have a lance, so they get a bonus on their first attack, so it's pretty sweet. Probably not going to focus too much on the Equite because we have our Sacred Soldiers, the Equite of the Sacred Shroud, which has slightly more protection, and then they have recuperation, so they can heal their own afflictions. Their defense skill is 18, attack skill 12, which is really good, and their combat speed is also pretty nice. So we're probably going to be focusing on the Equites of the Sacred Shroud, especially when the Divine Emperor comes back. And I'm hoping it's cool, because the thing is, Sacred Cav is usually a pretty powerful thing. And so the plan is they charge. I may even send them up the middle. I'm not entirely sure yet. But they charge, they do a lot of kills, and hopefully a lot of those kills are transferred into Solus, and so now the Solus will fight for us. But that's going to be way later on in the game. And that is our army. We only start with one unique site, and that is going to be the Temple of the Shroud, which will generate us 3 Fire Gems and 3 Astral Pearls, which I guess is neat. And that's it. That is the army. They have Advanced Forts, which is actually pretty cool. Not everybody has that. And having Powerful Priests can be a really good tool later on. So we're going to load in various Highmore. We're going to do renaming is allowed. Now, I'm going to be pre-recording this series, so I'll probably just pick names randomly from my other Dominion series that are kind of running in, so from their comment sections. Because again, by the time you see this, I'm probably almost done with the game, if not already completed recording it. Just to let you know. So we're going to do renaming is allowed, and then we're going to do Thrones of Ascension. Usually the thing I roll with is going to be... let's see... Actually, get those off. So we're going to need 21 points and then 15 to win. Although this is a very big map. Let's actually throw a couple more in there and then raise this up to, let's say, 21. So we'll need to get a lot of the thrones. And I'm going to leave them all as level 3 thrones because those are kind of really interesting ones. They make a really big impact in the game. And I think that's it. Let's get started. And here we go. Let's see where we start. Oh my goodness, we have a middle of the map start. Probably one of the harder starts. You definitely have an easier time in the corners, but that's okay. We're Ermor, we don't care. So around us, we're definitely going to want to go for the farms, but that's probably going to be owned by Heavy Cav, which we're not going to be able to deal with. So let's see, let's get our scouts. Okay, actually, let's take a look at this map for a moment. Let's look at like natural choke points here. So this would be a nice natural choke point from all of these territories. And then right there, I guess. and then right there, because we have a mountain there, and then there. So we probably want to grab that, this, and like these right there, build forts on all of them. And for the north, I guess it would be starting there, and then get that. Don't have to worry about that. That one. And then at least like right here. So actually we kind of have a nice little pocket in terms of defensive territories. It's just we're going to have to expand down to there, and then up to here will be our goal. That's what we want to try and claim early on. I don't think that's going to happen because of how many factions are in here. We're probably going to be butting up against somebody pretty quickly. So where did we go to first? What would be the easiest? I think well, that's Wasteland. So maybe we may try and secure the northern border first. Well, no matter what, we probably want to secure the territories around the capital to support it with the resources. So that's what we're going to do. For profits... I mean, we have a level 3 caster, so I usually want to make those a profit because then they become level 4, which can be pretty powerful. So we're not going to do that quite yet. We're going to go with... Actually, let's do something that I don't normally do too much. Let's try and get a couple assassins to help us clear the way of some of these provinces. This could be a risk, because this is devoting time that we could use to get other things, but we'll try it out. And then for our soldiers, we're just going to rely on these basic levies, and we're going to try and get them a standard bearer. Resources 9 left. Let's go and grab... some gladiators. We're going to put them on the front line. They're going to leave after the battle anyway, so we might as well utilize them that way. So that's going to be good. For research, we probably want to focus on evocation and enchantment. Those being like enchantment has really good death spells. Evocation has a lot of good fire spells, and we have powerful casters in both of those. But we may also want some buff spells, like skeletal body. You know what, let's just go evocation. Let's go up to evocation level 3, which I think gets us fireball. Yeah, so that's a very basic level 2 fire spell. That's not bad. It does fatigue damage. It does some decent damage as long as it hits. So yeah, let's try and do that. And then we're going to want to try and get up to level 3 enchantment. This way, our casters, or at least some of them, should have some good spells to cast in battles. And then we can focus on some other things after that. And I think that's it. Just start scouting up this way. Bum, 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 bum. There go all the proclamations, people making their profits. I am not going to do that. So we got militia and archers, so we can definitely hit that first. Ooh, that's potentially a lot of soldiers. It says there's only militia and light infantry down here. I doubt that. It's usually... They usually have heavy cav. I may not just be seeing it, though. So we're going to send our scout back down to here. And in the meantime, we're going to gather our levies with our standard bearer. So that their morale is now 14, which is insane. Under the command of... We'll just leave your name the same. Pennius the Centurion. We'll say you're going to stay behind the troops. These gladiators are going to take up the lead and attack the closest. Then we're going to have our Roraris. Are these Roraris or Astadi? Astadi. Get you into a... let's say... Fire the closest enemy. Behind them. Fire the closest enemy. And we'll put them in a double line formation right here. And then you're going to be staying behind the troops. 2 assassins, we are going to... Do they have a chance of killing ghouls? I mean, they do, but the ghouls also have a good chance of killing them, because the ghouls get 2 attacks. And the assassins don't have a high base protection, but if they are unable to deflect the spell, or the attacks, then... Maybe. It probably will be safer to try and focus on these human ones, though. Oh, that's so tempting. So tempting. Alright, so let's recruit 2 more assassins for our assassin squad. Grab more levies. With the standard bearer, I'm going to try and always be recruiting at least 1 standard bearer each round of recruitment. And then we will go with the gladiator support again. I kind of like that setup. Yeah, the gladiators leave after 1 battle, but if they are on the front line, they're hopefully going to be taking the brunt, and then they will die anyway, so what do we care? They're pretty cheap. And we're not really going to focus on the equites quite yet, because their blessing is not that strong, so it's not, like, crucial. Alright, so let's go over here. And those are sneaking down, and I think we are good to go. Oh, oops. There we go. Oh, I hope this goes well. Uh-oh. The gladiators are slower than the levies. That's fine. Throw them nets! Alright. So a few gladiators did die. So I'd say we got our use out of them. I guess the battle isn't over yet. Go, gladiators, go! Oh, our centurion is there. Please don't die. I think he's gonna be okay. Whew. Alright, so now all the gladiators are probably gonna be gone. But they did get 13 kills, so they did some good work there. Even our centurion got 2. And now they're going to be gone. Yep, and there they go. They fought for us, and now they're gone. I kind of wish it was maybe, you know, like 2 battles at least, but better than nothing. These assassins, we are going to have them assassinate. We're going to send these 2 to join them as well. We're going to send Peneus back to the main settlement to gather more reinforcements. This round, we won't recruit... Well, actually, no, yeah, no, we'll keep you. That's fine. Let's say 10. So let's do shift and click, and we'll get 10. And then we want to try and start getting some researchers. So for our home province here, it's going to have to rely on these augurs. Like that. Okay. And for you, my friend, we're going to give you some bodyguards. Really cuts down on our status line, but it's fine. Oh yes, the scout. We want the scout to go here and see if there are any heavy cav in there. I mean, maybe there isn't. Which, if that's the case, then we got lucky. Because farmlands are usually protected by those, and they are tough. Alright, let's see how the assassinations went. Alright, generic human commanders, they have a pretty good chance of winning these. Rar. Oh, they missed. Get him with the poison dagger. Get him with the poison dagger. Come on. Ha! Alright. Nice. Dang! 1 hit! Okay. 2 commanders down in that province. We're going to be safe. And let's do assassinate 3 more times. And the 4th one is going to attack the province. Now, hopefully this province does not have more than 5 commanders. And also, hopefully these 3 assassinations go through. So this way, we're going to do assassinates. And then this will happen after the assassinate actions. And then if they are leaderless, we take the province for free. Basically. That is the goal. Levies, let's put you in there. And since we have no more real, like, a status line, we're going to put them on the main line there. do I want to use the gladiators for this next battle? 40 enemy units, mainly militia, light infantry, and archers. Yeah, there's no heavy cav in there whatsoever. So I don't know if I really want to use all of our gladiators at once. Because again, they only fight once. So maybe we do 10. Put them out in front. And since our levies are faster, we'll kind of put them in behind. Put you behind. We'll put another standard in there. And then you behind. Okay. Still researching, or getting researchers. And you know what? Let's recruit. Because I want to try and get our Dominion out pretty quickly. So we'll recruit one of you, and then let's recruit a second Centurion for right now. And we're going to send a priest out to build temples to try and spread our Dominion. Which is pretty crucial. Let's hope these assassinations go through. Assassin squads can be quite powerful. This is very good. This is very good. So that tells us automatically that we win this. It's just a question on if our person dies too. And they did not. So then 2 assassins didn't find anybody. That means the attack there with our 4th assassin will go through, and there will be no leaders, so the enemy army will rout. Yeah, no heavy cav. That's so weird for farmland. Ooh. The lone gladiator, Maximus Decimus Aurelius, marching across the field. Husband to a murdered wife, father to a... Anyway, it's a gladiator quote. Alright, I don't think we needed 10 gladiators there. But we used them, and now they get their freedom. And then this should be an assassin walking into a province and everybody running for their lives. And there we go. Assassin victory. Assassin squad? Let's have them move up here, and let's see if we can kill some ghoul commanders. This person is going to ride out here. We have kind of a lot of gladiator support. We're probably going to need them to basically sacrifice them against the heavy cav and net them down. Or, to combat the heavy cav, use our heavy cav. They are very expensive. But maybe that would be the better idea. So yeah, let's do that. And also let's raise up a local garrison. Ermor does not leave its territories undefended, even if you have to rally local peasants and crappy fighters, untrained warriors. Pennius, let's go and take your army here. The idea is that we can get this by assassination. Pennius, the centurion, is going to lead their army through here. And then we may give them reinforcements. But that's not really enough reinforcements right there. Oh, also, we can now go back to recruiters, or researchers. Okay. Anything else you want to do? I don't think so. Let this go well. It's a wasteland, so it's not even really worth that much. But it's there. Levies of Ermor. The javelin's actually pretty well against units that have no armor. There we go. Javelins have been used. Shields are blocking. Cut him down. And that is a victory. Heat +1 and fire gems +5. Sure. I'll take it. Actually, that reminds me. We want to stop recruiting you. And I'm going to recruit an Augur Elder here, which means we're going to want to get a Bishop of the Sacred Shroud. I won't do it quite yet. But we're going to recruit this person, and we're going to use them to do site searching early on. Because we're definitely going to want gems. You, my friend, are going to construct us a temple. And we're going to try and assassinate ghoul commanders. I don't know how this is going to go. Ghouls get 2 attacks, and it could go very bad. Like really bad. Scout, let's go and scout off to the west. Guess we can put you in there as well. And now we have more resources, so let's grab... Oh no, we don't have enough gold though. Let's grab another gladiator then. For a future battle down the line. Like, already in the early game, the turns are kind of long. So I'll eventually edit those out when they get too much. Alright, let's see how they do against the ghouls. Hopefully they go well. Okay. They only have 5 hit points. I thought they had at least 10. They do. I guess I must have missed one. So they have... Oh, they have 0 protection, though. Okay. Oh, no, they have 1 attack, but it is poison, so if we do get hit, that's going to be bad. I thought they had 2, 1 for each hand. I guess I was wrong. Alright, so we repelled and then killed. Actually, I think I noticed the event below this, so I think that means we win this. Because there was no more... Yeah. Alright, cool. This assassin squad worked out. So they didn't find anybody to assassinate, which means we're going to attack that next turn. And now it's time to clear out the Saran Forest. The heavy infantry is slightly worrying. Ooh. Alright, we got the militia routing. At least some of them. There they go. Surround those infantry and overwhelm. Because they have around 15? 14 protection. Yeah, that's pretty high. Especially for the early age. So we're going to do some levies here. But there we go, we routed them. Some nice early victories for Ermor. Even a new famous hero, which means I don't think I can rename this person anymore. They gained... quickness. I think is what that is. Quickness is very powerful. Hopefully this person doesn't die. Alright, moving to the south. And now we can... oh, nope. Attack current province, and then the other 3... Well, so much for securing these early on. But yeah, so the assassins... it's going to be hard to take out a horse tribe chief. I think. I mean, we can try. But they have a higher melee defense because they're on a horse. Plus, they have a bow. If they hit with that, it's gonna hurt. But we'll try. 6 Equites is actually kind of powerful. So I think we may be sending this army out. And I'm going to need to send them with a priest. Mainly heavy cav. Man. You know what? Actually, let's not send them out yet. Let's get more Equites first. That heavy cav line is going to hurt. Actually, hold on. Okay. And then we'll try and tackle that province with our Centurion here. Peneus is going to lead their forces over there. Ooh, crossbred units. It's going to be tough. Slightly worried. So, an early battle against may be incoming. Let's see if I can at least secure the north part of our early expansion. Ooh, nice. We should probably win this one. A bunch of militia. Oh god, even unshielded. Oh. Javelins. Get up close to these pixels. It is a vicious battle. And we won. Let's look at the losses. Only 2 levies. No big deal. And then this should be a free victory. Because without leadership, the soulless will die, right? Right? Okay, yeah, they are dying. Are they going to die before we get there? Okay, they got 1 kill, but we got the province. Misfortune plus 3, why? A witch was called, and she uttered a dark curse over the land. Great. And now we have a famous assassin. Increased attack skill on an assassin is pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna try and assassinate more commanders. Oh god. And then we have Greece above us. Greece has Archocephaly, whatever. They could be pretty strong in the early age. They have some really good tools at their disposal. Shoot. Is that Okay. So yeah, what I thought was gonna happen happened, and we are surrounded. Peneus. That's a lot of forces. Let's go try for that. It's hard to say where the enemy cav is going to be. I think for independence they are usually in the middle. I think. So you know what, let's have our Equites go and, yeah, attack the rear. We'll have the gladiators go up the middle. They'll absorb the hits, and then we'll have the levies behind them. Like so. Let's do stay behind troops. We'll grab some fodder as bodyguards for right now. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's just grab some equites of the Sacred Shroud. We have less to attack with, but they're pretty strong, so they may be okay. And their blessing isn't crucial yet, so I think we're good to just attack like this. And then Terminus. Terminus, you're gonna go side searching. And then we're gonna build another temple. And hopefully we can get that. Ah, man. I really hate not being able to get that. Alright, let's see how this goes. Yeah, look at that defensive skill. 16. Oh. Okay, so... Yep, okay. That's going about as I expected. I was kind of hoping, praying that we can hit him with the poison and kill him, but... Jeez. At least we didn't send the hero in there. Basic assassins can be easily replaced, but still that sucks. Alright, so they did go up the middle. Oh, boy. These gladiators are gonna have... Oh, get netted! Never mind, they're fine. They're totally fine. Thank you for your service. And the equites to cut off their escape. Damn, gladiators. Whew. But of course now they're all gone, so... We should be good. The archers, I don't think are going to be able to do too much. I just do not fear archers in Dominions 5. I mean, with like the right buff spells, they can do some crazy stuff. And there we go. So we lost most of our assassin squad, but luckily Domitius is still alive. We gained this province. I'm going to recruit a basic commander here to build... Well, actually, I don't really want to build right there, though. Never mind. We're going to save our money on that. I need to expand to the south, like that's the only stuff left. And then there's Pangea. Okay. So right here, we will definitely build a fortress. I guess we might as well finish recruiting you. I actually did not mean to. Okay. And I kind of want to get a second army up so we can try and get these. Or at least that, so we can get a fortress there, secure that. We can secure... Actually, try not to build fortresses around our capital, so we kind of want to build it there. But then that province can come in here as well. Now we'll figure something out. Okay, so priest, we want you to move. So move. And then side searching. Then we'll crush these. And move on from there. And you're going to come back, and I may just keep this person in the capital. Because with the increased heroic ability, that's really good. A 16 attack skill is pretty good, especially for an assassin. So I may just want to save them until we get some items to kind of deck them out a little bit more. And then we can just kind of recruit some more basic assassins some other time. Those horse chiefs. I should have known. Because I think they still have lance weapons, so their first attack gets a bonus. Oh, man. I just sent those 3 assassins to their death. They at least got 2 provinces, which is nice. There should be an easy victory with both centurions here. I didn't even put those Sacred Shroud Equite. Oh no, those are the bodyguards. Never mind. That's what I said back there. Oh! Oh, this one had a wizard with a sword of swiftness. Neat. And they have a minotaur? Oh Jesus, that thing's gonna trample. Surround and kill it. Bring it down! It's berserking! Bring it down! Jesus! Equites, get the caster who's casting lightning bolt. Damn ethereal body. Oh, the lightning bolt made them fall asleep. They went over 100 fatigue, I think. Alright, well we did win. Thank goodness I got the Equites there. Wasn't expecting the casters. But we did lose 2, which hurts a little bit. But that's fine. And they had a war minotaur. An armored, berserking, trampling minotaur. Scary. Lucky there was only one of them. Unrest plus 35? Is that what that said? So we have 45 unrest in here? Okay, so let's give these Equite to you. We're going to turn those into your bodyguards. And let's transfer these soldiers to your command. And then I guess we send Mianus back home. 3 death gems, which is really good. Build temple. And I totally forgot to get the priest. That's my bad. I meant to do that earlier for our profit. That's on me. Oh, and I also meant to turn these on. Okay, so we're building a temple there. Dementius is coming back. And we need to try and get... Well, actually, I guess we'll side search with you as well for right now. And I'm really kind of afraid of Greece getting crazy, because they do have some cool units. They have a sacred flying cav, which is very annoying to deal with. Peneus. Let's recruit a generic commander to... Oh my goodness, we can't even do that. Can we recruit a scout? There we go. Get a scout to build a palisade up there. And move these two down. Can you move that far? No. We'll gather more troops and then go to the south and try and secure these lands while we can. Let's go scout out Greece. And this will probably be the last turn. Baratos. What in the... Sloth +3. I mean, eventually I believe our Dominion should counteract that. And it looks like Pangea is... Are they running Turmoil? And Misfortune 3? Oh, they must have an insane Bless then. If they're running these... Their Bless must be pretty nuts. I'm guessing. Alright, so we're going to cancel some of these so we can get the Palisades starting to be built. Over here, let's grab our Equites. Double line. And we'll put these under the command of Ammianus, so we can have two armies going around. Although yours is significantly less powerful, but that's fine. Okay, let's do side searching. I think I'll send Peneus up here to deal with the horse chiefs. And then Ammianus will come down here to secure the southern lands. You will move here. And it would be nice if we can grab both of these and build fortresses there and there. And then I guess there. And I wish... It sucks because, like, I mean, we're surrounded right now. So it's like, what do we do? Who do we fight? You don't want to fight everybody. That'll be pretty bad. Alright, well, we got evocation level 1. Flame bolt's not bad if it hits. But, like, I don't really want to risk our powerful casters right now. I wish these would have a potential to get level 2 fire. They can if we do communion. But you know what? We may want to keep that as an option. So let's say after we get level 2, we'll do Thaumaturgy 1, which will open up communion stuff. And then we can go back to getting Evocation 3 and then Enchantment 3. And we may also want to dabble into construction. I want to do all the things. We'll do one more turn, one more turn. Nice. Found 3 magical sites. That's pretty good. So 1 fire gem and boost fire ritual range by 2 provinces. I'm gonna write that down on this notepad I have. That we have boost fire rituals. Site. Alright. That way I actually remember. There's so many things to remember in this game that I'm not going to remember that we have a site that can boost fire rituals. It just will not cross my mind later on. Battlefield, we get more death gems and another astral pearl. So we're already up to 4 and 4. And 4 of the 3 main that we actually want. That's pretty good. Alright, so you're going to go down here. Oh my god, then we got the giants down here. They may come up here and attack, which if they do... If they do, that would be bad. But okay. Move south. Peneus is going to move over. And then we can make our profits. I'm gonna name this person me. And I shall lead us under the wise rule of our Emperor, Various Highmore, who's actually being ruled by Vrillin and Rot's brother. Rot brother? So become prophet, and that's going to do it, I think, for this episode. Actually, before we end. Never mind. I was going to build another temple, but I'll actually save that money up for another castle. Because we're going to want to take this and build a castle immediately. Right there. So that's probably what we'll do then. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first episode, and I will see you all in the second. Take care.